Question 1. How frequently must you submit a medical report before reaching age 45? A. You don't. B. Every year. C. Every 2 years. D. Every 5 years. The answer is D. Every 5 years. Question 2. What type of vehicle requires carriers to obtain a safety fitness certificate? A. A commercial passenger vehicle with an original manufacturer's seating capacity of 11 or more persons including the driver. B. Ambulances. C. Taxis. D. Only school-purpose buses. The answer is A. A commercial passenger vehicle with an original manufacturer's seating capacity of 11 or more persons including the driver. Question 3. At what age can you start learning to become a commercial driver in Alberta? A. 16 years. B. 21 years. C. 18 years. D. 25 years. The answer is C. 18 years. Question 4. Which statement is most accurate regarding becoming a professional driver? A. Driving different types of vehicles allows you to become a good professional driver. B. Being a professional driver involves more than driving. It also includes attitude and pride in being a professional driver. C. Getting paid is all it takes to become a good professional driver. D. None of the above. The answer is B. Being a professional driver involves more than driving. It also includes attitude and pride in being a professional driver. Question 5. Which letter is added to a Class 1, 2, or 4 license to allow someone to drive a school bus? A and L, B C, C S, D H. The answer is C S. Question 6. What types of vehicles can you operate with a Class 4 license? A. Motorcycle. B. Class 1 vehicles alone. C. Ambulance, bus, and taxi. D. Any 3-axle vehicles. The answer is C. Ambulance, bus, and taxi. Question 7. Is an air brake endorsement required for drivers operating vehicles with an air-actuated hydraulic braking system? A. An air brake endorsement is not required. B. It is required provided the weight of the vehicle is more than 11,794 kilograms. C. It is required if leaving the province of Alberta. D. It is only required if hauling dangerous goods. The answer is A. An air brake endorsement is not required. Question 8. What are the next steps if you fail your vision test? A. You lose all driving privileges. B. They send you to an optometrist or ophthalmologist. C. You can no longer upgrade your license. D. You wait 24 hours and try again. The answer is B. They send you to an optometrist or ophthalmologist. Question 9. Which statement is incorrect regarding the potential negative outcomes of being involved in a collision as a smart, professional driver? A. A loss of job. B. A loss of income. C. Personal injury. D. Steady work hours. The answer is D. Steady work hours. Question 10. What types of vehicles are you allowed to drive with a Class 1 license? A. Taxi, ambulance, or bus only. B. Only 3-axle vehicle. C. Motorcycle. D. All but motorcycle. The answer is D. All but motorcycle. Question 11. What is an air-over hydraulic braking system? A. This is a system that uses hydraulic brakes filled with air. B. This is a system that closes off hydraulic brakes and only uses air brakes. C. This is a combination of air and hydraulic foundation brakes. D. None of the above. The answer is C. This is a combination of air and hydraulic foundation brakes. Question 12. What is an air-actuated hydraulic braking system? A. A system that lessens the braking power. B. Air-assisted, but all foundation brakes are hydraulic. C. Hydraulic brakes, but the air is ready to be used if they fail. D. None of the above. The answer is B. Air-assisted, but all foundation brakes are hydraulic. Question 13. What is the maximum passenger limit for a motor vehicle that a holder of a Class 3 driver's license can operate? A. 15 passengers. B. 24 passengers. C. 8 passengers. D. 12 passengers. The answer is A. 15 passengers. Question 14. What is the maximum number of consecutive hours a driver can operate a vehicle during a work shift? A. 16 hours. B. 12 hours. C. 13 hours. D. 18 hours. The answer is C. 13 hours. Question 15. What is assessed before upgrading your Alberta driver's license? A. Your age. B. Your vision. C. Your height. D. Your eye color. The answer is B. Your vision. Question 16. With a Class 2 license, what type of vehicle can you learn to operate? A. Class 3 and 4. B. Class 3 and 6. C. Class 4 and 6. D. Class 1 and 6. The answer is D. Class 1 and 6. Question 17. What type of license is required to learn to drive a commercial vehicle? A. Class 5 or a Class 5 GDL driver's license. B. Does not matter which type, as long as you have one. C. Class 6. D. Class 7. The answer is A. Class 5 or a Class 5 GDL driver's license. Question 18. In a vehicle with an air brake system, where is the air pressure that initiates the brakes generated? A. An engine-driven compressor. B. A canister that has been filled with air. C. A compressor pre-filled with air before each trip. D. An air pump attached to the vehicle. The answer is A. An engine-driven compressor. Question 19. Where can you obtain a medical report form needed to upgrade to a Class 1 2, or 4 license? A. Any hospital. B. A registry agent, a doctor, or a nurse practitioner. C. Your employer. D. Online. The answer is B. A registry agent, a doctor, or a nurse practitioner. Question 20. What letter is added to a driver's license upon successful completion of an approved Alberta air brake course through an authorized agency? A. P. B. Z. C. Q. D. D. The answer is C. Q. Question 21. What types of vehicles can you drive with a Class 3 license? A. Drive passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, and 3 or more axle vehicles without air brakes. B. Class 2 vehicles alone. C. Class 1 vehicles alone. D. Class 6 vehicles alone. The answer is A. Drive passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, and 3 or more axle vehicles without air brakes. Question 22. When is an air brake endorsement required for driving a farm vehicle? A. You don't. B. If you currently have a Class 1 license. C. If driving a farm vehicle combination that requires the driver to hold a Class 1 driver's license. D. If you run more than one farm vehicle. The answer is C. If driving a farm vehicle combination that requires the driver to hold a Class 1 driver's license. Question 23. What is the minimum age required to become a licensed commercial driver in Alberta? A. 19 years. B. 21 years. C. 18 years. D. 25 years. The answer is C. 18 years. Question 24. Federal law requires carriers operating outside of Alberta with trucks, tractors, trailers, or any combination of these vehicles registered for or weighing in excess of 4,500 kilograms to possess what type of certificate? A. A safety fitness certificate. B. A national safety code certificate. C. A dangerous goods certificate. D. None of the above. The answer is A. A safety fitness certificate. Question 25. What type of vehicle can you operate with a Class 2 license? A. Motorcycle. B. Operate any motor vehicle or combination of vehicles that the holder of a Class 3, Class 4, or Class 5 license may operate. C. Class 6 with a passenger. D. Class 1 alone. The answer is B. Operate any motor vehicle or combination of vehicles that the holder of a Class 3, Class 4, or Class 5 license may operate. Question 26. What role does the air compressor play in an air-actuated hydraulic braking system? A. Hydraulic. B. Electromagnetic. C. Vacuum-assisted. D. Mechanical. The answer is A. Hydraulic. Question 27. Which commercial vehicles, besides trucks and trailers, are required to be inspected under the Vehicle Inspection Program, VIP? A. Ambulances. B. Taxis. C. Buses. D. None of the above. The answer is C. Buses. Question 28. Which class of license requires a vehicle trip inspection during the road test? A5, B1, 2, and 3, C4, D6. The answer is B1, 2, and 3. Question 29. What must a driver or carrier do to ensure that cargo transported by a commercial vehicle remains safe and secure? A. Block the view of the driver. B. Become damaged by the straps. C. Leak, spill, blow off, fall from, shift, fall through, or otherwise be dislodged from the vehicle. D. None of the above. The answer is C. Leak, spill, blow off, fall from, shift, fall through, or otherwise be dislodged from the vehicle. Question 30. Under what circumstances is a driver not required to complete a daily log? A. The driver returns to the home terminal each day to begin a minimum of 8 consecutive hours of off-duty time. B. If the driver is part-time. C. When the driver is only running short errands. D. None of the above. The answer is A. The driver returns to the home terminal each day to begin a minimum of 8 consecutive hours of off-duty time. Question 1. What was the purpose behind the creation of hours of service legislation? A. For income tax purposes. B. To help with staffing shortages. C. For employers to track overtime by commercial drivers. D. To ensure commercial drivers have enough opportunities to rest so they do not drive when tired. The answer is D. To ensure commercial drivers have enough opportunities to rest so they do not drive when tired. Question 2. In a vehicle with an air brake system, the brakes are initiated by air pressure from which device? A. A single air valve. B. A pump. C. A compressor. D. None of the above. The answer is C. A compressor. Question 3. What is the main purpose of conducting a daily vehicle inspection? A. To identify only the major problems before the driver enters the vehicle. B. To direct blame on the previous driver for any defects. C. To identify only the minor problems. Major problems can be identified once the vehicle is on the highway. D. To ensure the early identification of a vehicle problem and defects before the vehicle is operated on the highway. The answer is D. To ensure the early identification of a vehicle problem and defects before the vehicle is operated on the highway. Question 4. What is the purpose of a daily trip inspection? A. To ensure the early identification of a vehicle problem and defects before the vehicle is operated on the highway. B. To fill time before the driver begins to drive away. C. As a company policy only. D. Used as a measuring tool within the industry. The answer is A. To ensure the early identification of a vehicle problem and defects before the vehicle is operated on the highway. Question 5. Under what conditions may a driver continue to drive with a minor defect listed on an inspection schedule? A. If the driver fails to do the inspection. B. If the driver has immediately entered the defect on the daily inspection report and reported the defect to the carrier. C. If the driver doesn't notice them. D. If the driver doesn't inform anyone within their company. The answer is B. If the driver has immediately entered the defect on the daily inspection report and reported the defect to the carrier. Question 6. What must a driver produce when requested by a peace officer? A. The inspection schedule alone. B. The driver's operator's license. C. The daily trip inspection only. D. The inspection schedule and the written trip inspection report. The answer is D. The inspection schedule and the written trip inspection report. Question 7. How long is a trip inspection report valid once it has been completed? A. 12 hours. B. 24 hours. C. 8 hours. D. 48 hours. The answer is B. 24 hours. Question 8. Who is exempt from the requirement to obtain a Safety Fitness Certificate, SFC, under provincial law but not under federal regulations? A. Provincial politicians. B. Police officers. C. Farmers. D. Probationary drivers. The answer is C. Farmers. Question 9. What is not included in a carrier's safety plan, which must address the safe use and operation of their commercial vehicles? A. Speed limits, seatbelt use, drug and alcohol use, defensive driving, load security, and fueling. B. Driver's daily diet to keep them sharp on the road. C. Instructions for the use of safety equipment including, as required, the use of reflective triangles, fire extinguishers, goggles, and hard hats. D. Policy and procedures related to compliance with the law, driver training responsibilities, conduct, and discipline. The answer is B. Driver's daily diet to keep them sharp on the road. Question 10. What is the minimum weight above which commercial trucks are required to ensure that the cargo they carry is secure? A. 7,500 kilograms. B. 3,200 kilograms. C. 4,500 kilograms. D. 11,794 kilograms. The answer is C. 4,500 kilograms. Question 11. In an air brake-equipped vehicle, what does the term lag time refer to while braking? A. The amount of time for the brake system to stop the vehicle. B. The amount of time for the driver to move their foot from the accelerator to the brake pedal. C. The amount of time it takes for the air brake system to respond after the driver has applied pressure on the brake pedal. D. The amount of time it takes the driver to apply pressure to the brake pedal after seeing a hazard. The answer is C. The amount of time it takes for the air brake system to respond after the driver has applied pressure on the brake pedal. Question 12. Under what conditions can a vehicle be operated if it has a major defect? A. Only within the city limits. B. Never. C. Only on trips of 15 kilometers or less. D. Only when they are not carrying any cargo. The answer is B. Never. Question 13. Once a vehicle inspection report is completed and signed, is it permissible to make any changes or additions to it? A. Any number of trailers may be inspected and added to a single report if the report contains additional lines for additional trailers. B. A second report must be done on the vehicle. C. Nothing else can be added. D. No more than one trailer may be added. The answer is A. Any number of trailers may be inspected and added to a single report if the report contains additional lines for additional trailers. Question 14. What does SFC stand for in the context of the National Safety Code, NSC, requirement for commercial drivers operating outside of Alberta? A. Safety Fitness Certificate. B. Safety Failure Certificate. C. Slow Finesse Created. D. Safe Flow Created. The answer is A. Safety Fitness Certificate. Question 15. What does MELT stand for in the context of obtaining a Class 1 or Class 2 driver's license? A. Minimum I-lead time. B. Minimum equipment level training. C. Mandatory entry-level training. D. Mixed emotional lifestyle training. The answer is C. Mandatory entry-level training. Question 16. For how long must you retain a copy of each daily log and supporting documents? A. At least 12 months. B. At least 9 months. C. At least 6 months. D. At least 3 months. The answer is C. At least 6 months. Question 17. When reporting to a vehicle inspection station, when should you drive slowly beside the scale lane? A. When the vehicle weighs less than 4,500 kilograms. B. When you do not have a trailer. C. When the vehicle is empty. D. When the load is less than 1,000 kilograms. The answer is C. When the vehicle is empty. Question 18. Which plan includes responsibilities related to driver training, conduct, and discipline? A. Workers' Compensation Board. B. The Carrier's Safety Plan. C. The Municipal Hiring Plan. D. The National Safety Code. The answer is B. The Carrier's Safety Plan. Question 19. What does the term total stopping distance refer to? A. The sum of perception distance, reaction distance, lag time distance, and braking distance. B. Braking distance. C. The sum of lag time and braking distance. D. The sum of reaction distance, lag time distance, and braking distance. The answer is A. The sum of perception distance, reaction distance, lag time distance, and braking distance. Question 20. What are the consequences for a carrier if they do not establish, maintain, and follow a written maintenance and inspection program for all applicable vehicles registered to them? A. Their driver's license suspended. B. Their vehicle impounded. C. 24-hour job suspension. D. Charges being laid in the courts, an administrative penalty being issued, or their safety fitness certificate being canceled. The answer is D. Charges being laid in the courts, an administrative penalty being issued, or their safety fitness certificate being canceled. Question 21. When must commercial vehicles report to a vehicle inspection station indicated by flashing lights? A. Commercial vehicles weighing 11,794 kilograms or more. B. All commercial vehicles or combinations weighing over 4,500 kilograms. C. Any vehicle which has advertising displayed on the vehicle. D. Only commercial vehicles carrying cargo. The answer is B. All commercial vehicles or combinations weighing over 4,500 kilograms. Question 22. During a daily inspection, What should be done if a minor defect is detected? Should it be added to the inspection schedule, or can it be ignored? A. If it's very minor, just deal with it. B. It must be added. C. Verbally let the maintenance team know about it. D. Only if reported to the carrier. The answer is B. It must be added. Question 23. What are the potential consequences if one or more brakes are not properly aligned or maintained? A. Nothing changes. B. The engine quits. C. The remaining brakes will have to generate more friction to stop the vehicle. D. The vehicle stops quicker. The answer is C. The remaining brakes will have to generate more friction to stop the vehicle. Question 24. What safety precautions should be taken before reversing a tractor-trailer? A. Put on the hazard lights. B. Check both mirrors. C. Pump the brake pedal. D. Sound the horn. The answer is D. Sound the horn. Question 25. How can you safely make a right turn onto a narrow street without driving up the curb? A. Drive well into the intersection before making the turn. B. Steer slowly. C. Drift far left approaching the intersection. D. You can't avoid driving up the curb. The answer is A. Drive well into the intersection before making the turn. Question 26. What is the maximum allowable length for a straight truck? A. 12 meters. B. 11.5 meters. C. 13 meters. D. 12.5 meters. The answer is D. 12.5 meters. Question 27. Why is it important to make a wide left turn? A. To avoid hitting another vehicle on the next road. B. To eventually make it to the next road. C. To give you enough time to steer. D. None of the above. The answer is A. To avoid hitting another vehicle on the next road. Question 28. What is the minimum safe following distance when operating a large vehicle, such as a truck or bus, compared to a passenger vehicle? A. 3 seconds. B. 2 seconds. C. 3 car lengths. D. 4 seconds. The answer is D. 4 seconds. Question 29. Why is it recommended to perform a post-trip inspection at the end of a shift? It enables you to obtain service or repairs if required before the next trip. B. It's not recommended. C. To avoid doing a pre-trip inspection the next day. D. To know if you should wash the vehicle ahead of the pre-trip inspection. The answer is A. It enables you to obtain service or repairs if required before the next trip. Question 30. What steering technique is recommended for making turns in a larger commercial vehicle? A. Palming the wheel. B. The push-pull technique. C. The hand-over-hand technique. D. It does not matter. The answer is C. The hand-over-hand technique. Question 1. During the daily walk-around inspection, which filter should you check when looking under the hood? A. Air filter. B. Oil filter. C. Fuel line filter. D. Cabin filter. The answer is A. Air filter. Question 2. If you only have one wheel chock, where should you place it? A. It does not matter where you place it. B. Place it on the rear of the semi-trailer wheel. C. Place it in the front passenger side. D. Place it in the front driver's side. The answer is B. Place it on the rear of the semi-trailer wheel. Question 3. What is not typically included in the daily vehicle inspection? A. The driver conducts an inspection on a vehicle or combination of vehicles. B. The driver records any defects found during the inspection while en route. and at the end of the trip or day. C. The driver completes the report within 7 days of completing the inspection. D. The driver is to carry the schedule and report in the vehicle. The answer is C. The driver completes the report within 7 days of completing the inspection. Question 4. When parking at the edge of the road, what is the maximum distance allowed by law that you can be from the curb? A. 75 centimeters. B. 50 centimeters. C. 100 centimeters. D. 30 centimeters. The answer is B. 50 centimeters. Question 5. What is the maximum width allowed for any commercial vehicle? A. 3.6 meters. B. 2.6 meters. C. 3.5 meters. D. 3 meters. The answer is B. 2.6 meters. Question 6. When performing the daily walk-around inspection, under what circumstances might you need the assistance of another person? A. When checking the headlights. B. When checking the brake lights. C. When checking the turn signals. D. When checking the hazard lights. The answer is B. When checking the brake lights. Question 7. What is the minimum width at which clearance lights must be added to a commercial vehicle? A. 2.5 meters. B. More than 2.05 meters. C. 2.6 meters. D. 2 meters. The answer is B. More than 2.05 meters. Question 8. When entering a curve with a large commercial vehicle, where does centrifugal force push the vehicle? A. It helps the vehicle track in a straight line. B. The inside of the curve. C. Both inside and outside. D. The outside of the curve. The answer is D. The outside of the curve. Question 9. When attempting to stop a heavy commercial vehicle, How should you adjust for the added weight and forward momentum? A. Only brake when absolutely needed. B. Only brake when absolutely needed. C. By adding more braking force. D. Increase tire inflation. The answer is C. By adding more braking force. Question 10. What is the minimum tread depth required for a steering axle tire? A. 3.2 millimeters. B. 2.75 millimeters. C. 4 millimeters. D. 2.5 millimeters. The answer is A. 3.2 millimeters. Question 11. What is the minimum size of square blocks required for chalking wheels when parking? A. 25 centimeters by 25 centimeters. B. 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters. C. 30 centimeters by 30 com. D. 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. The answer is D. 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. Question 12. What is the purpose of inspection reports? A. The provincial government and the driver. B. The federal government and the driver. C. Communication between drivers, the carrier, and the carrier's maintenance department. D. The carrier and the provincial government. The answer is C. Communication between drivers, the carrier, and the carrier's. Question 13. When performing a trip air brake inspection, what is the maximum allowable air system leak rate for power units? A. Maximum 4 psi loss for power units. B. Maximum 2 psi loss for power units. C. Maximum 5 psi loss for power units. D. Maximum 3 psi loss for power units. The answer is A. Maximum 4 psi loss for power units. Question 14. In vehicles where the rear axle cannot steer during a turn, what is it called when the rear tires follow a different path than the steering tires? A. Off tracking. B. Inside tracking. C. Short tracking. D. Rear tracking. The answer is A. Question 15. Federally regulated carriers operating outside the province of Alberta must complete trip inspection reports on which types of vehicles? A. Farm vehicles. B. Only trucks weighing 11,794 kilograms or more. C. Trucks registered for a weight of 4,500 kilograms and greater, and commercial passenger vehicles with a design seating capacity of 11 or more persons, including the driver. D. Buses with a minimum seating capacity of 24 passengers. The answer is C. Trucks registered for a weight of 4,500 kilograms and greater, and commercial passenger vehicles with a design seating capacity of 11 or more persons, including. Question 16. During the daily walk-around inspection, what should you check for under the front of the vehicle on the ground? Wires hanging down. B. Broken pieces of plastic. C. Nothing. D. Fluid leaks. The answer is D. Question 17. When performing a trip air brake inspection for the supply circuit, what should the idle speed be in terms of RPM? A. Around 900 RPM. B. Around 1200 RPM. C. Around 1500 RPM. D. Around 1000 RPM. The answer is B. Around 1200 RPM. Question 18. Pumping the brakes is not recommended for stopping a vehicle because it can have what negative effect on braking performance? A. It creates a loss in air pressure. B. It prolongs the stop. C. It puts wear on the pedal system. D. None of the above. The answer is A. It creates a loss in air. Question 19. When linking two or more trailers to a towing unit, which trailer is directly attached to the tractor? A. The longest trailer. B. The lightest trailer. C. The shortest trailer. D. The heaviest trailer. The answer is D. The heaviest. Question 20. Which of the following is not a warning sign of driver fatigue? A. Yawning. B. Wandering in your lane. C. Unable to sit still while in the driver's seat. D. Driving the past few kilometers without remembering them. The answer is C. Unable to sit still while in the driver's seat. Question 21. What is the minimum number of kilometers of driving experience required before issuing an LCV driver's certificate, in addition to having 24 months of experience? A. 75,000 kilometers. B. 60,000 kilometers. C. 150,000 kilometers. D. 100,000 kilometers. The answer is C. 150,000 kilometers. Question 22. In the event of a vehicle breakdown outside an urban municipality at night, how far should an approved warning device be placed from the vehicle on the highway? A. 75 meters, about 250 feet, in both front of and behind the vehicle. B. 30 meters, about 100 feet, in both front of and behind the vehicle. C. 25 meters, about 82 feet, in both front of and behind the vehicle. D. 50 meters, about 165 feet, in both front of and behind the vehicle. The answer is A. 75 meters, about 250 feet, in both front of and behind the Question 23. What information is not included in a special permit for operating specialized, oversized, or overweight equipment? A. The routes you may travel on. B. The days and hours of travel. C. Driver's name. D. The type of equipment that must be used. The answer is C. Driver's name. Question 24. Which type of bus designed to carry more than 11 passengers is not required to be inspected? A. Commercial buses. B. Municipal transit buses. C. Public school buses. D. Private school buses. The answer is B. Municipal transit buses. Question 25. If the cargo overhangs the back of the trailer, what should drivers do to ensure safety before making a turn? A. Let traffic behind pass before you make the turn. B. Turn as normal, but slower. C. Use a flag to warn drivers behind your turning. D. Turn with hazard lights flashing if traffic behind. The answer is A. Let traffic behind pass before you. Question 26. What is another factor that increases the stopping distance of a vehicle? A. A level surface. B. A curve. C. A downhill slope. D. An uphill slope. The answer is C, a downhill slope. Question 27. Which gear should you use when reversing a commercial vehicle? A. Select the highest reverse gear. B. Use neutral while reversing down a hill. C. It doesn't matter if you ride the brake. D. Select the lowest reverse gear available. The answer is D. Select the lowest reverse gear available. Question 28. If a vehicle breakdown occurs outside the limits of an urban municipality during daylight hours, how far from the vehicle should you place an approved warning device on the highway in line with the vehicle? A. 30 meters, about 100 feet, in both front and reverse of the vehicle. B. 25 meters, about 82 feet, in both front of and behind the vehicle. C. 50 meters, about 165 feet, in both front of and behind the vehicle. D. 75 meters, about 250 feet, in both front of and behind the vehicle. The answer is A. 30 meters, about 100 feet, in both front and reverse of the vehicle. Question 29. Which condition does not impact a vehicle's traction? How much tire contact there is with the road surface. B. The condition and inflation pressure of the tires. C. How much traffic you're dealing with. D. The condition of the road. The answer is C. How much traffic you're dealing with. Question 30. If a vehicle's load extends more than 1.5 meters beyond the rear of the vehicle, what should you do to notify others during nighttime hours? A. Attach a red flag to the end of the extension. B. Attach a red light to the end of the extension. C. Nothing. D. Attach flashing yellow lights to the end of the extension. The answer is B. Attach a red light to the end of the extension. Question 1. What action should you take if you need to reverse a vehicle for a distance greater than 2 vehicle lengths? A. Check each mirror every 5 seconds. B. Stop, get out, and visually recheck the areas behind, above, below, and around the entire unit. C. Sound the horn multiple times. D. Reverse with your hazard lights on. The answer is B. Stop, get out, and visually recheck the areas behind, above, below, and around the entire unit. Question 2. In Cycle 1, how many hours of driving are allowed over how many days? A. 91 hours of on-duty time in 7 consecutive days. B. 80 hours of on-duty time in 7 consecutive days. C. 102 hours of on-duty time in 7 consecutive days. D. 70 hours of on-duty time in 7 consecutive days. The answer is D. 70 hours of on-duty time in 7 consecutive days. Question 3. When performing a turnaround with a school bus, what should not be done? A. Back into the road on the right when it is clear, using your mirrors and shoulder checking to the right. B. Re-enter the main roadway when it is clear and safe to do so. C. Start slowing down well in advance of the turnaround. D. Take up 2 lanes at the same time to allow for plenty of room to turn. The answer is D. Take up 2 lanes at the same time to allow for plenty of room to turn. Question 4. If both the weight and speed of the vehicle are doubled, how does this affect the required braking force? A. Braking force must be doubled. B. Braking force must be increased by 4 times. C. Braking force must be increased by 8 times. D. Braking force does not change. The answer is C. Braking force must be increased by 8 times. Question 5. Using the proper grade and type of fuel can improve fuel economy by what percentage? A. 15%. B. 3%. C. 12%. D. 0%. The answer is B. 3%. Question 6. What does LCV stand for in the context of the Canadian Trucking Alliance's driver's manual? A. Low combustion vehicle. B. Least combined vehicle. C. Longer combination vehicle. D. Lowest calculated venture. The answer is C. longer combination vehicle. Question 7. How many hours off are drivers using cycle 2 required to take before reaching their 70th hour? A. 12 hours. B. 24 hours. C. 18 hours. D. 8 hours. The answer is B. 24 hours. Question 8. When operating long combination vehicles, LCVs, who is responsible for issuing the annual LCV driver's certificate? A. The carrier. B. Yard workers. C. The maintenance team. D. The driver. The answer is A. The carrier. Question 9. What is the best solution to address fatigue or drowsiness while operating a vehicle? A. Stop and take a break. B. Listen to the radio. C. Drink coffee. D. Increase your fresh air intake. The answer is A. Stop and take a break. Question 10. Tire friction benefits the driver by creating what? A. Hydroplaning. B. An increase of tire inflation. C. Better tire rotation. D. Traction. The answer is D. Traction. Question 11. During the daily vehicle walk-around inspection of an air brake-equipped vehicle, which check is not performed? A. The brake chambers for condition and security. B. The air compressor is securely mounted, condition of lines, fittings, hoses, and couplers. C. The air lines have no leaks, kinks, cuts, abrasions, or cracks. D. Ignore the slack adjuster angle, pushrod travel, mechanical condition, and wear. The answer is D. Ignore the slack adjuster angle, pushrod travel, mechanical condition, and wear. Question 12. The distracted driving laws apply to which types of vehicles? A. All vehicles except Class 2 vehicles. B. All vehicles defined in the Traffic Safety Act. C. All vehicles except farm vehicles. D. Passenger vehicles only. The answer is B. All vehicles defined in the Traffic Safety Act. Question 13. What is the maximum speed limit for a loaded or unloaded school bus? A. 90 kilometers per hour. B. 80 kilometers per hour. C. 100 kilometers per hour. D. 70 kilometers per hour. The answer is A. 90 kilometers per hour. Question 14. If your speed is doubled, how much more braking force will be required? A. It should also be doubled. B. It should be 8 times. C. 4 times. D. It does not change. The answer is C. 4 times. Question 15. What should you do if the semi-trailer does not have spring brakes on at least one axle while coupling a tractor-trailer? A. Connect air lines from the truck tractor to the semi-trailer and fill the trailer air tanks. B. Manually release the brakes. C. Do the maneuver slowly and cautiously. D. Get a different trailer. The answer is A. Connect air lines from the truck tractor to the semi-trailer and fill the trailer air tanks. Question 16. What do the laws on dangerous goods state? A. You are able to handle dangerous goods provided you read the manual first. B. No one shall handle, offer for transport, or transport dangerous goods unless they are trained or they work in direct contact with someone who is trained. C. Transporting dangerous goods is permitted as long as you do not directly handle them. D. None of the above. The answer is B. No one shall handle, offer for transport, or transport dangerous goods unless they are trained or they work in direct contact with someone who is trained. Question 17. Who is responsible for managing dangerous goods during an incident such as a leak, collision, or unintentional release? A. The maintenance team. B. The employer. C. The driver. D. The person or company who owns the consignment of dangerous goods. The answer is C. The driver. Question 18. Who is responsible for ensuring that drivers are properly trained to carry dangerous goods and obtain a dangerous goods training certificate? A. The employer. B. The provincial government. C. The federal government. D. The driver. The answer is A. The employer. Question 19. When driving a school bus, how far must you stop from the nearest railway track? A. Not less than 10 meters. B. Not less than 3 meters. C. Doesn't matter, as long as you stop. D. Not less than 5 meters or more than 15 meters. The answer is D. Not less than 5 meters or more than 15 meters. Question 20. Once a trip inspection report has been completed, how long is the trip inspection valid? A. 48 hours. B. 72 hours. C. 36 hours. D. 24 hours. The answer is D. 24 hours. Question 21. How long should you warm up the engine to ensure it is adequately warmed up? A. 20 minutes. B. 15 minutes. C. 10 minutes. D. 5 minutes. The answer is D. 5 minutes. Question 22. Which of the following is not considered a distraction in the context of distracted driving? A. Writing while driving. B. Reading printed materials in the vehicle. C. Personal grooming. D. Talking with passengers. The answer is D. Talking with passengers. Question 23. Who is legally permitted to refill a propane vehicle or cylinder? A. Anyone from the maintenance team. B. Only people with the proper certification or training can refuel a propane vehicle or container. C. Anyone with a dangerous goods certificate. D. The driver is allowed. The answer is B. Only people with the proper certification or training can refuel a propane vehicle or container. Question 24. When operating a school bus with passengers on board and the bus breaks down, when should you get the passengers off the bus and guide them to a safe location? A. If the view outside the bus is worth looking at. B. Never. C. If the driver has parental permission forms signed. D. If the bus is stopped in a dangerous location. The answer is D. If the bus is stopped in a dangerous location. Question 25. When is it illegal to reverse a school bus, regardless of whether it is loaded or unloaded? A. At a weigh scale. B. In a maintenance yard. C. In a schoolyard or at a location next to a school ground unless there is a responsible guide located outside at the rear of the bus giving direction. D. In a driveway without a guide. The answer is C. In a schoolyard or at a location next to a school ground unless there is a responsible guide located outside at the rear of the bus giving direction. Question 26. Which type of display screen is not permitted under the distracted driving laws? GPS navigation system as long as it is affixed to the vehicle. B. A logistical transportation tracking system that tracks vehicle location, driver status, or the delivery of goods for commercial purposes. C. A dispatch system for transporting passengers. D. Video screen. The answer is D. Video screen. Question 27. What RPM range is ideal for shifting gears to maximize fuel efficiency? A. Downshift at about 1200 RPM and upshift at about 1600 RPM. B. Downshift at about 1600 RPM and upshift at about 1800 RPM. C. Downshift at about 2000 RPM and upshift at about 2000 RPM. D. Do what you would normally do as modern vehicles can handle it. The answer is A. Downshift at about 1200 RPM and upshift at about 1600 RPM. Question 28. In the event of a major or minor fuel spill, who should you notify? A. Your employer in case there is damage to the vehicle. B. The attendant to get it cleaned up. C. Transport Canada. D. The hazmat team. The answer is B. The attendant to get it cleaned up. Question 29. How often should you monitor your vehicle's condition during a trip, including checking gauges, tires, and cargo? A. Once a day. B. Every 3 hours. C. Every 4 hours. D. Only during trip inspections. The answer is B. Every 3 hours. Question 30. What is the maximum speed limit for driving a school bus? A. No more than 90 kilometers per hour. B. No more than 80 kilometers per hour. C. No more than 100 kilometers per hour. D. No more than 110 kilometers per hour. The answer is A. No more than 90 kilometers per hour.